and welcome to another episode of Space Podcast. And today we're gonna look behind or in the life of a realtor, a day in the life of a realtor, right? There is so many misconceptions. From the last few weeks, we have been doing podcasts. We talked about how the city is changing, different segments of Calgary real estate, and so many more things.
Mm-hmm.
We never talked about the life of a realtor, the day
Yeah.
in a life of a realtor.
Little hints here and there, but it's kind of cool to talk about the little details, daily stuff, monthly stuff, yearly things, seasonal aspects, educational. Like there's so many different parts to it.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah,
So,
no, definitely.
Yeah.
It's just not you're going there, shaking hands, opening doors, and then you're saying, "Hey, you bought the house, congratulations," and you go off after giving a present. So today we're gonna go behind the curtain and take a peek on what goes on daily basis, monthly, weekly basis, yearly basis, and how a realtor stays sane.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, work-life balance. We don't really talk.
Balance,
we don't really talk about that. Is there such a thing?
Exactly. Let's start with that. Let's start with how many days you work, and what does week look like, or day look like?
Well, yeah, like how many days we work will just depend on the year sometimes. And like I probably mentioned this before in the past, like I had this one year where I started in January and it was nonstop all the way to September. I worked literally every day.
Every day.
Yeah. Like maybe I got half a day off or something here or there, but that was pretty much it. I was always doing something. Like it was just crazy. But that's when I didn't have as good of a life, kind of work balance, work-life balance.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was on me. That's when I was younger, just getting things going and stuff too. So working quite a bit. But yeah, like I don't know, we could always, start with like our morning routines and stuff. It's good to have a routine, I think.
Exactly.
For example, you'll wake up and I try, for the balance part, I try to take it easy in the morning for at least an hour of just whatever we have to do. You work out, everybody's got their thing, right?
Exactly.
So it's a good way to start the day there. But, we have to stay on top of everything. So, I usually will look through all my emails, review all my property areas. I'll spend about an hour in the morning, each morning, just, looking at everything, making sure everything's replied to, everything's organized or scheduled or rescheduled for the day, and then you don't have to worry about it. You just kind of go through your day afterwards, just go through the motion. So it's nice to be organized. I sometimes even the night before I'll still just double check my schedule, make sure at least in my head I know what's going on the next day, so there's no surprises, and then it's just
exactly
a little more ease of mind. But yeah, you probably do something similar.
Almost similar. I think I still have one bad habit, that even in the night when I wake up, sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night and I check my phone to see if I have any new leads, emails that I need.
I do the same.
Sometimes I respond in the middle of the night. I go like, oh yeah, we are on it. We're gonna see this property tomorrow. I reply in the middle of the night.
Right.
Because I want to make sure that when they wake up, my clients wake up, they have that information in their phone ready to go.
No, I know what you mean, for sure.
But schedule is important. Like you said, I wake up, I usually focus on physical health first. I go to gym, do my exercises, get my head in the game and ready for the day. But I schedule everything in my phone as well,
For sure.
Like, hey, I have to go to the gym, I have to do this. After that, I have to drop a deposit, then go showing, maybe a closing.
Yeah.
Sometimes so many things pile up on the same day that you have to be ready to do. Yeah.
That's right. That's like our midday tasks. That's kind of like our possessions are usually around noon, plus or minus. We got our showings, could be any time. A lot of the time in the evenings or weekends, just because that's when clients are available, right?
Exactly.
So, we got that. And then, do our deals, negotiations, all that kind of stuff usually happens in the evenings as well.
Yes.
Because that's when offers come in and, we work on it. So, there's lots and lots of things, lots of little tasks and stuff. And this is just little real estate tasks. There's also like all of our business stuff that we do as well, like all of our marketing, all of our networking, there's so much more to it. and there's no set schedule really. It's like the marketing, yes, but like the networking, whatever else, you're just kind of getting out there and, meeting people and talking with people, and yeah.
That's it. That's real estate. Going out there, meeting people, spending time with them, learning about them.
Yeah, exactly.
Establishing that connection. That's important, right?
Oh,
and that
absolutely.
takes sometimes it happens in a day, sometimes weeks, months. You never know how long it will take to nurture a lead, to establish that connection to the point where they say, oh, I want to work with Abram now.
Yeah.
He's my real estate agent. He proved himself. So that sometimes takes time.
Yeah,
and
it's building trust, right? It's good. You can show them all the secrets of real estate in one day. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to like that aspect or whatever. It's sometimes personal.
Yes.
Showing that you can have that connection. That's important to some people. So
exactly.
Others are just more numbers. They don't care who they're working with. They're a little more ruthless, let's say. I find that's more like East mentality of Canada. I find, Ontario people coming over, they're a little more ruthless. Don't necessarily care as much. You have to be a little more careful. But I don't know. I've been pretty fortunate. I know you've been pretty fortunate too, for the majority that we, deal with really good people.
Exactly.
In real estate.
Yeah. So let's go through your today's day. What you did today, this morning? Like, let's break it down. Like,
today I woke up, I reviewed all my emails, replied to various clients. I have property searches I set up for myself. So I got about 40 searches I monitor the city with. So I review every property and sale and all the rest that came through, just to like make sure I was on top of things.
Yeah.
And then I got other stuff I was doing for tomorrow, but because we had our podcast today, then I made sure to get that done in the morning.
Yeah.
So I set up showings for tomorrow, and then I got showings the next day. So I just continuously set things up.
Exactly.
And then other things tonight as well, and just getting those organized. No showings I had to worry about tonight, but is more catch up on everything, because I got a listing going up tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm doing all my listing tasks and working with our assistant to make sure that she has all the marketing and everything prepared and ready, brochures. I get to review the listing and do the write-up, make sure I approve it all. But we got all of our video stuff done. Pictures are done. I did some virtual staging on one mixed with just the regular pictures and staging on top.
Okay.
Just to like spice up the pictures a little bit more.
Okay.
Because it was a vacant home, but we had some staging for some of it. And this is a listing in Signal Hill coming up tomorrow. So prepping for that all at the same time.
If you guys are looking in Signal Hill, we have a listing coming up tomorrow, hopefully. But I'm sorry, viewers can't watch this episode till next week, so
That's
it'll
true.
be online.
It'll probably be sold by then.
Sorry. But I'll post that on my Instagram. So
you probably would have seen it by now.
Yes, exactly.
For sure.
It is very. What are the misconceptions that you have faced about your job that people don't understand?
I don't know. Some people, I guess it could be true. Like, it's just the weird thing. I remember this like ages ago. It was like over 20 years ago. This one guy, he's like, oh, I know, I got a couple of realtor friends. Yeah, they're pretty lazy. They just like stay at home and hardly do any work. They go out, they do some deals, make some money, and that's it. But I'm like, that's not even close to what a successful realtor will do. Yes, maybe that was the case for them. They might have been part-time. They're probably not a realtor anymore after that.
Yes.
It's just, to survive in this industry, you have to be very competent and spend the time, to
definitely
do the work. And a lot of the work you don't get paid for in real estate. You don't get paid until you actually do a real estate deal. So you do so many like off the book, I guess, hours we'll call it, of just
invisible hours.
Yes, that's a good way to put it, for sure. Definitely a lot of invisible hours.
Exactly.
Like, that's why I say it's like you might work every day, but you don't get paid necessarily for those deals. It's like, you could go a month with no deals, and then the next month you get like 10 deals. It's like, it's always up and down, so there's no real stability in the market. But because we've been around long enough, it's like we have a pretty consistent amount of deals that'll come through for our team.
Yeah. It is also a factor how long you've been in the market as a realtor.
For sure. You got your core clients.
Exactly.
You're getting continuous referrals if you're doing your business correctly. Like that's what I like about our team. That's kind of our philosophy, is just making sure you're putting clients first.
Exactly. Yeah.
pays dividends in the future. You get lots and lots of referrals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. My day is a little bit different, especially because I'm at the beginning of my career. It's just been 3 years. I'm starting my 4th year. A lot of my day includes rejection. A rejection from online leads, a rejection
leads,
from other realtors when I'm writing an offer. So it is very difficult just to be positive, keep going, and and you can't share that with anyone, right? Like all the rejection you have to hold inside you.
Well, share with your team.
Yeah, share with your team, but again, you have to go through personally. And social media now, you have to be on social media. After getting rejected by 10 leads in a day who don't reply to your messages, emails or anything. And maybe you have spent 20 40 hours for the information that they want, and they don't reply. And then you have to be very positive on social media. You have to go there and be presentable. Then the other work, nothing stops in the background.
Oh no,
nothing. Like your searches are going on. You have to monitor them all day long. New leads to be rejected from.
Leads can be tricky.
Yes,
just depending on sources, because a lot of the time it's just people poking around, looking around. They don't know anything about real estate, realtors. They don't understand the services yet. So sometimes it's difficult to create a connection with some of these people. But when they do, then they realize the value that they're getting. Once they understand everything.
Yeah. So a lot of even if a client needs some information, so it requires work. You have to stop everything else. You have to figure out, should I just provide this much information or more? So you feel competent in your work. You feel like you have given more than 100%.
For sure.
Right? So a lot of things still going on in the background that does not stop at all.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And positive mentality. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
I know, because there's so many ups and downs in real estate, especially when, you're starting out at the beginning and you haven't been through those hurdles yet. I've been through so many up and downs in the market.
Yeah.
Just knowing what to expect kind of helps. It's like at least my mind's prepared for it. But even when I was at the beginning, I started in a recession way back when. And that was pretty tricky to survive.
I think that was the biggest recession, 2008 one.
Yeah.
In terms of real estate.
Yeah, exactly. That
was
one
a
I
tragic one.
Yeah, that was close to my beginning there. So
wow.
That was definitely interesting. And then things slowly started to creep back up in 2012. Saw all the signs of it.
Yes.
Luckily, I was analytical, so I can start to see these things. But yeah, definitely interesting. And then 2014, and then 2020, 2021, and then all of a sudden now it's like we got another market stability.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. Do you plan your year? Are there any goals, missions?
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, for sure. Yeah, that's kind of like where with me and you.
Yeah.
Like when we were sitting down there. I think it's pretty important to have, like a yearly goal for sure. Talk about what it is that you want to achieve for the year for yourself. It could be personal goals. It can be real estate goals. I think you kind of need to mix that all together. It can't just be all numbers and that's it. It's got to be more to that. It's got to be personal growth and everything as well. And I think it's important to have some milestones throughout the year so that you can just check in on yourself. I know it's hard to do that, say on a month-to-month basis because everything's so different. But, it doesn't hurt to, check quarterly or even just once, halfway through the year. Okay, how am I doing? How am I comparing? Sometimes you're forgetting what you should be focusing on, just resetting your mind, putting it through. Like I was saying, goals can be, how many deals do you want to have closed by the end of the year? What do you want to overcome from a weakness that you might, see in yourself that you think could help, build your real estate career. There's so many little things, and it's so different for everybody, right?
Oh yeah,
so
definitely.
I think that's pretty important.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Plus, real estate is ever-changing industry. There's something new going on that you don't know, and then you have to sit down, educate yourself as well as the clients.
Yeah.
The new AI.
That's right. It's huge.
Huge, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to stay on top of it a little more than I would with other stuff. Social media and all the rest from the past, that was a little easier to adopt. It just slowly came in.
Yeah.
But this AI thing's quick, fast. Like it's just coming in so hard that you just have to, be on top of it, I find. Otherwise, like it's
Exactly.
you might fall behind on something. It's just like, what can we do?
Yeah.
So, some things move fast, but getting to education, like we obviously have our mandatory education stuff, which I think is good for real estate.
Yes.
Yeah. Like they have stuff on, professionalism. That's been something that's been, in our educational requirement, I think in the last couple of years, because I think in these hot markets, there's a lot of frustration where realtors are lashing out, getting upset, not understanding things, how things work, especially, some of the new ones. They just don't understand why they're not winning their deals. Their clients are on them, pressuring them.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things. So you got to see the bad side, I guess we'll say, of some people in general, which was, kind of, that's unfortunate, but with this educational thing, I think it helped people just kind of refocus themselves in understanding, what's going on. And then I noticed that it was a bit more settled after that, from standpoint of like bidding wars and stuff. People started to understand a little bit more. I think there's just anything new, all of a sudden there's bidding wars. People don't understand how it goes. There's such an evolution, even in the bidding war process, once it starts all the way till when it's established that bidding wars are common, then things do change. And then people start to get a little more creative on top of that. What else can we do?
Yeah.
Escalation clauses and this and the other thing. And then they can modify their escalation clause and then, let's do this.
To beat all the other escalation clauses.
Yeah, exactly. So definite evolution in things, which I thought was kind of cool. But the educational part, it's pretty important, even through our brokerage too.
Yes.
Good thing is they do things like even weekly. For the most part, we got our Monday morning meetings, and those are pretty helpful.
Yeah, definitely.
You'll learn something here or there. They bring some people in from all the different real estate sectors, and
no, definitely.
Give everybody a little bits of info that could help them along the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Coming to the education, there is you have to be educative on all the different incentives or programs by the government as well, like the new GST rebate one, right? Like it's just started. I have to spend maybe 30 hours, talking to realtors, lawyers, accountants. I even call CRA for one of my clients, trying to figure out how it's going to happen.
That's right, with the forms and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So 30 invisible hours that nobody saw me doing it, but I was talking. I was putting those hours in just to make sure that
on hold.
Yes, exactly. Just to make sure that my client understands what we are getting into, and I do my due diligence before.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Exactly, right?
Otherwise, you're just flying blind, essentially, and you're just guessing. You can't do that, not in real estate.
Yeah, exactly.
So, no, it's good.
Can I ask you something more on personal side?
Yeah.
What is your yearly goal? Like not just business-wise, but personal. Any goals for the year?
For me,
or anything that you have achieved already?
Yeah, I guess, I'm always trying to kind of keep on par with the previous year or increase on my previous year. That's kind of like a general business goal. But my personal one is more mentoring, helping. That's kind of like a personal thing. Like I want to spend more time, like I spend time with you.
Yeah.
Helping you, like show you some of the stuff that took me a long time to learn, like try to show you as many secrets as I possibly can.
Yeah.
That'll help you grow faster because obviously it took me a long time. I was probably reinventing the wheel here and there. Didn't have any mentorship, nothing really. I took, a few courses here and there, but I find it's a lot of learning yourself and having the right mentality, the right way of talking to people, like all that stuff, so important. And just having that experience, that's why I like bringing you in. You come in for a lot of these really big open houses and everything like that. And you get to meet so many different types of people.
Exactly.
I think that's so important to anybody. So that's like my personal stuff, just, in terms of goals, is I wanted to continue to help. And it's kind of like give back,
definitely
to the industry.
Definitely. Yeah.
So that's my goal, personal goal.
No, that's a pretty good goal. I have similar goal. It's that applies to my both business and personal. Is just meeting with people, as many people as I can throughout the year.
For sure.
educate them on real estate, on how to carefully proceed. Some people have first-time home buyer goals.
Yeah.
Some have investment goals. Some have cash flow goals. So my goal is just to sit down with them and educate them and see how can we achieve, or how I can help them achieve their goals in real estate.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I think I've been doing good job.
Oh, for sure.
Last
Yeah,
3
you're
years,
always
so
out and about.
yeah.
And, very active with social media and all the rest, which,
Yeah.
No, I guess that kind of gets in even like, social media and like our presence essentially online and like all that kind of stuff. I think that can be pretty important too.
Exactly.
And that's a whole other thing that we do kind of behind the scenes is
Yes.
like social media. You're very active on,
Yeah.
your social media account, showing people what you're doing, throughout the day and everything.
Yeah.
I know for me, it's hard to stay on top of it that much, but we got, our podcasts, we got all our videos and things that we do as well, but not as frequently. But I think it's very important to kind of get your face out there. It's kind of like, it's like free advertising, to be honest. It's, the more you're out there, more people are seeing you and what you're doing just shows that you're active.
Exactly.
Versus like, somebody that does zero marketing, nobody has any idea that they're doing anything. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I guess we get lots and lots of referrals because of the quality work that we do. And internally, we could probably easily survive off of that. But, we're trying to achieve more.
Exactly.
So, we like to meet new people and,
Yeah.
build up our team that way too.
Yeah. Even behind the idea of this podcast is definitely to reach out to more public, more people,
For sure.
and show that, hey, we got experience and everything. But even behind this, there is an educational purpose for us, for our listeners and viewers, So, so we do research on what we want to talk about.
Yep.
We learn something from our research and then we bring it out to people and, something fresh and new for people's ears who are looking to invest in real estate.
That's right.
So like, again, many more invisible hours.
Yeah, for sure. Oh no, it's constant. Yeah, even just design work. I remember I used to do all my own design work, but luckily with this AI and these like pretty powerful tools, it's a lot easier. And plus our team's growing, assistant and everything, very capable of doing our graphical designs now and too. So
Exactly.
it's kind of nice that I'm not doing everything myself.
You got some help now.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we kind of covered our social media aspect. Was there anything else you wanted to, capture? Anything behind the scenes that pops out for you?
Oh, behind the scenes, I would say all the fun lunches we forgot to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Not everything is behind the curtain, super tense or,
Yeah, we have fun too.
We have fun too.
Yeah.
Go out for coffee, lunches,
for sure.
dinner.
Even our brokerage did some like golf events and like other cool stuff too.
Yeah.
So
even we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our yearly thing, right? For
we have
client appreciation party.
Yep,
Like,
for sure.
that's something that's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that kind of makes it all worthwhile. And
Yes.
yeah, it's interesting how that.
It is so much fun. I think because you help them buy a house or something, and then they come back at the end of the year at the client appreciation party and you meet them, you ask them how's going and they are super excited to share all the things they did in the new house.
Sure.
They are like, hey, who would understand this better? My realtor.
Yeah.
And I'm going to a party that he invited me to. I'm going to share all my experience with him.
Yeah.
It's a bonding like right there.
I even find some of the clients intermingle between themselves. They even, meet some interesting people.
Definitely.
As well.
Yeah.
Like I even bring out some of my other contacts. Like we brought out Andrew, our main videographer, photographer. No, he's awesome and he could do even more. So it's like, it's good to bring him out. I invited out some inspectors before.
Yes.
Like Jeff brings out his mortgage guy. Like there's a whole bunch of good people. It's just, intermix. Like it's kind of like networking as well for everybody else. I know they like to do that, but it's also about having fun. It's not all about networking or anything by any means.
It's about
it's all about the fun.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It just happens that, things like that.
It's a byproduct.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You nailed it.
We are focused on fun and networking is a byproduct of that. Yeah, right?
For sure. Yeah.
Which activity is your favorite to do in real estate? A fun activity that you get to do it.
Like with clients or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
like when they say invite you out to their housewarming or
Oh,
barbecue or
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I like those because it's kind of cool. You get to meet them, their family. You're not in the work environment anymore. You're now in the hang out with them
Yes.
environment a little bit. So it's not like you're always talking real estate.
Yeah.
Kind of get to see and hang out with them more in their own relaxed turf.
Exactly.
thing,
On
so-
more on a personal level,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Where
exactly.
you see them as a
Mhm.
as your friend sometimes, and
Oh,
they
for
share
sure.
things.
Oh, you make
with
so many friends in this
Exactly,
industry,
yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
Especially with our personalities. It's, you know, it's some people, I get it, like they're a little more business, and that's
Yes.
kind of it. They don't get as many referrals, but they're good at getting new business
Yes.
and just not maintaining the existing relationships. But that's not our style. Yeah,
No, our
just kinda-
style is a bit different. Our
Mhm.
style is to focus on you guys, on people, on our clients, friends and family.
Mhm.
You know, give them best service
Yeah.
as we can. And again,
Mhm.
deals are byproduct of that. Again,
Yeah,
right?
it does. It just happens, right? But it's
Yes.
like anything. The more face to face you do with people, I find the more success you can have versus behind the scenes. Just emails and texts are usually not enough. I find that you're face to face because you could have somebody that knows 5 realtors. Like which realtor are they going to work with when it comes time?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Exactly.
experience is great, but if I find even the newest guy, they're in the face of that individual constantly and showcasing things and like just talking with them, taking them out to coffees, hanging out, doing whatever. Like they're probably going to get that business.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even if the one guy is like super experienced in the
Yes.
whole thing, sometimes it works the other way around.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Like you said, unless the client is from Ontario, where the people are more ruthless. Again,
they're not all.
Yeah, they're not
There's
at
a lot
all.
of good
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
We're just joking, but yeah, it can be a little crazy at times.
Yes. No, some of my clients moved from Ontario.
Oh yeah, I
Super
got lots
friendly
too.
guys,
For sure.
like,
Absolutely.
yeah. So no, we are not claiming that all people are ruthless.
Just Calgarians,
Ye-
we're a little I don't
More
know.
friendly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
We're a
yeah.
little more friendly on
Yes,
average.
Prairie peoples, yeah.
Yeah. So
No,
yeah.
like overall, there's a lot of, the bottom line is there are a lot of hours behind the curtain, a lot of stress, a lot
Mhm.
of rejection, a lot of self-motivation,
Yep.
self-discipline,
For sure. Absolutely.
and a lot of fun things too. It's not all negative.
Yeah.
Realtors do work very hard for their money,
Mhm.
and but there's a lot of fun too. Like after this podcast is done, Dave's gonna take me to coffee.
For
So,
sure.
yeah. Or maybe a beer. I haven't decided yet. But so,
Yeah.
anything else you want to add before we finish this podcast?
No,
Fun podcast.
I think we kind of nailed most of
Yes,
everything. So
yeah. Yeah.
No, it's great. No, it's good bit of info.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Do watch our podcast. Follow us on social media, Instagram and Facebook, our website. If you have any queries about real estate, if you're a first-time home buyer, investor, we work with all ranges of people.
Mhm.
We are super excited to help you guys in the next chapter. That's
All
me, Yapram, and that's Dave. See
All
you
right.
guys in the next one.
Thank you. Yeah.